Okay, second part of the notes. Man, I know that first part was a lot, so I'm going to try and go through this pretty quickly. It's really the same stuff though, guys, except now instead of adding, we are subtracting. So it's again, same process. Find the least common denominator. So that's number one, right? Find the common denom, as I like to say. Number two, figure out which side do you have to adjust. Is it the left or the right that I'm going to have to fix? And then number three, how do I fix it? How do I adjust it? Usually that means multiplying to get them to match up. So, quick example here of numbers, right? 3/4 minus 5/12. What's the common denominator we want? That would be 12. So I'm going to need to adjust the left side here, and I'm going to have to multiply it by 3 in order to get the denominators to match up. When I multiply the left side here by 3, I'm going to get 9 over 12 minus 5 over 12, right? And that takes us down to 9 minus 5 is 4 over 12, which actually simplifies further to 1/3. Okay, so that was a quick little example there. Hopefully that was painless. Same idea though, guys, for the second one here. Now we're dealing with rational expressions. So 6 over x minus 4x plus 2 over 3x. What's the common denominator we want? That would be 3x. So that means I'm going to need to adjust the left side here, and I'm going to have to multiply it by 3. If I multiply the left side here by 3, that gives me 18 on top, and it gives me that 3x on bottom that I was trying to get to. Now the right side stays the same, right? 4x plus 2 on top, and 3x on bottom. Okay? Now, let's combine it into 1. So that means I'll get 3x on bottom, and I'll need to be careful on top, because I've got 18, and I'm subtracting from that 4x plus 2. And I'm writing that all in parentheses because that negative sign has to be applied to the 4x and the 2. So that means the top is going to be 18 minus 4x minus 2 over 3x. And then we can see obviously what combines, right? 18 minus 2 is 16 minus 4x over 3x. And if that's the case, our domain is all real numbers except what? 0. If x is 0, that's going to give us a 0 in the denominator. Okay. Same idea here with number 3. We have 5x plus 2 on the left, x squared minus 2x below it, and then subtracting that 4 over x minus 2. Again, first thing that jumps out to me here is before we do common denominators, let's factor. Because when we factor this, the top doesn't change on the left, but the bottom left does here. When I factor that, it's going to become x times x minus 2. The reason factoring is good is because now I can compare that to my denominator on the right, and I can see, all right, the common denominator I'm striving for is this here on the left, the x times x minus 2. So that means, if that's my common denominator, I need to adjust the right side, and I'm going to need to multiply by x. That will allow my denominator down low to be the x times x minus 2 that we're looking for. So I'm going to rewrite this thing after I multiply the right side by 2. Now I've got the denominators matched up. The top becomes 4x. So now we can combine into 1, right? Denominator stays the same, x times x minus 2. The top turns into 5x plus 2 minus 4x. Well, 5x and negative 4x will cancel. Well, not cancel. Combine those like terms, and that'll just become x. I shouldn't say cancel. So that becomes x plus 2 over x times x minus 2. This is as low as it gets. We cannot cancel the x plus 2 and the x minus 2. Don't let that confuse you. Your domain here is all real numbers except 0 coming from this guy and 2 coming from this guy. Okay? So that's the process, guys. Find the common denominator, figure out how to adjust the side, and then do it. Multiply, whatever you need to do. Okay. Once in a while, factoring may be very beneficial, so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to skip that last one here, so hopefully you guys can. Hopefully you guys will be good. Just for the sake of time, I'm going to skip that one. We can talk about it in class if we need to.